Herkese merhaba. Evet, şu an başlıyoruz. Öncelikle baş öğretmen Mustafa Kemal Atatürk ve tüm öğretmenlerimizin Öğretmenler Günü'nü kutluyorum. Bizi bugünlere getiren öğretmenlerimize ayrıca çok teşekkür ediyorum. Katılımınız için çok teşekkür ederim. Sunum İngilizce olacak. Ben arada birkaç yerde teknik konularda bir iki açıklama yapmak için müdahale edeceğim. Ve en sonunda da yine bir kısa özet bilgi vereceğim. Anlaşılmayan veya daha sonra daha detaylı bilgi almak için de her zaman bizimle iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Onun için şu anda hemen başlıyoruz. Urbino, can we move please? Çok kısa GSG'den bahsetmek istiyorum. Zaten tanıyorsunuz. Şu anda CommScope Ruckus Wireless ile uçtan uca network çözümleri, Nomadix'e de Otel hotspot çözümlerinde size yardımcı oluyoruz. Şimdi Blueport Blueport Vault ile de bir Wi-Fi ağındaki kullanıcı ve şifre yönetiminde çok yeni bir teknolojiyi Türkiye'ye tanıtmaya çalışacağız. Urbino please. Şimdi ben çok kısa GSG'den bahsedeceğim. Yani nedir bizim farkımız? Çünkü yaptığımız işte başarılı olduğumuzu düşünüyorum. Başarılıyız. E, Nedir farkımız? Acaba bu piyasada diğerlerine göre? Çok kısa şu anda sizlere sunduğumuz, bayilerimize sunduğumuz hizmetler, İşte sizin proje desteğinizi, demo ürün desteğinizi, yerinde ölçüm, devreye alma hizmeti gibi destek ve arızalı ürün değişimi hızlı bir şekilde ve teslimat konusunda en iyi şekilde sizlere hizmet vermeye çalışıyoruz. Urbino ve ben şimdi Urbino'ya sözü bırakacağım. Kendi sunumuna başlayacak. Daha sonra dediğim gibi arada ben yine katılacağım. Çok teşekkürler yeniden katılımınız için. Urbino, you can move on now.
Thank you, Burak. So first of all, I want to say that it's great to be here supporting you with this webinar for our great Turkish customers. To make an introduction, so my name is Urbino Lobo, and I'm the global sales representative for this product called Vault. We are working with GSG Teknoloji as our entry and presence in the Turkish market. I do apologize, first of all, that I do not speak your language, but I'll do my best to put my conversation very clear for you. If there is something you do not understand, please reach out directly for GSG for any questions. So before jumping straight into the product, I would like to present to you all the actual challenge that makes and positions Vault as a unique solution for Wi-Fi. So by start, let's look at this image and let's think about this. At this moment, you are home or on a public location, and before connecting to any wireless network, what happens? Your first concern is, what is the password? What's the Wi-Fi password? How many passwords do you use on a daily basis? At least one. The one from your home router that connects your devices to your home Wi-Fi. What exactly happens when you leave the house? Every venue you visit, being this the restaurant where you typically have your breakfast, the hotel you visit, your own office space, you need to know the password to connect to the Wi-Fi, and it's always a different one. Because of all of these messy passwords, multiple captive portals, full of advertisement, most of the times you just skip all of this and just use your own mobile personal data. And I have a question for you. Wouldn't the world be a much better place if you just had one single global password and it would work on any wireless network regardless of the SSID or manufacturer brand, just providing you with seamless Wi-Fi connectivity? So what exactly is Vault? Vault is a cloud service which is hosted with Amazon. It is a big container of unique Wi-Fi keys, supporting a large total of 14 billion keys. What it does is it enables a unique countrywide encrypted SSID deployment that allows thousands of different keys to connect and roam everywhere. These keys are nothing less than the WPA2 personal type of Wi-Fi keys that we have been using for multiple years. So what happens is it attaches attaching one unique Vault Wi-Fi key to a particular person. It could be yourself or a network subscriber. This actual key is unique and becomes the user network identifier on any network or anywhere in your country or even in the globe. So you can have one single SSID or multiple with thousands of users with their own keys connecting to this SSID. And you will know exactly who is using that key. With this key, the user can connect all of his personal or IoT devices to any network, regardless of this SSID. So you can move or roam from one SSID to the other using the same key. Now, the interesting part is that this event that I'm just explaining you, moving from one SSID to the other, is even possible with different wireless hardware manufacturers. So just to give you one clear example, so moving or roaming from a Ruckus wireless network into a Cisco wireless network with the same Wi-Fi key. So your question at this moment is, how do we make this possible? So before jumping into these details, I would like to please ask Burak if you would like to add a few words about my introduction to Vault, please.
Thank you, Urbino.
Thank you.
Vault'un en önemli özelliği, Urbino'nun da bahsettiği gibi markadan bağımsız olarak ve SSID'den bağımsız olarak, yani aynı SSID olmak zorunda da değil, farklı networkler arasında tek bir şifreyle sizin bağlanmanızı sağlıyor. Ve bu tabii çok pratik olarak da hem hız ve bağlandığınız ağ güvenli bir ağ olduğu için cihazınız bir IoT cihaz da olabilir. Yani sonuçta sadece bir PSK şifresi kullanıyorsunuz. Urbino, I'm handing over to you again.
Thank you, Burak. Let's continue then. So let's have a look how Vault is actually deployed on a Wi-Fi network so you can better understand it. So this is a simple network diagram for Vault. So let's start, and please look at the top and then to your left. If we start looking at the subscriber or user management software, this could be your own radio server or any application that manages users' access to the network. A software where you would create a customer profile. You would add a name, the address, the local address details, their contacts, and the subscription plan like a data or bandwidth allowance. So using this software, let's add a new software module to speak with Vault. So the conversation will happen using our own API that will enable the integration. So the user information gets synchronized and Vault will store only the relevant data. To the network, Vault will be connected over radius to all and any wireless device that manages the access point and the authentication process. Vault becomes a centralized point for all your Wi-Fi networks. So the user will start to connect his device to the nearest access point. He will be prompted immediately for the Wi-Fi security key because this is a secure and encrypted environment. At this moment, the moment that he is queried by his key, he is already having his traffic encrypted and secure. He will use his unique Wi-Fi key to authenticate. The moment the access point receives the key information, it will be forwarded to the Edge wireless controller that will again forward the request to Vault. Vault, from his end, confirms the user identity and returns to the network with all the acknowledgement of the ID and applies policies and privileges and allowances for that single user device. So this can happen inside of the apartment or any location with a single or multiple SSIDs. So this allows the user to roam anywhere in this city that you are seeing, and he will always be connected. So just in case that this was not clear enough, let's meet Dave. Hello, Dave. Let me tell you all about Dave's user journey. Dave is a new resident at the Gundays Apartments. A few days before checking into his new luxurious and fancy apartment, Dave got an email from his new landlord with his Wi-Fi credentials. On this email, there is a Vault Wi-Fi key and a nice QR code to make onboarding easier. First day he arrives, he scans the QR code and immediately got connected to the encrypted Wi-Fi. And his device was already placed on his unique personal area network. After a long journey, using his Wi-Fi key, he easily connected his PlayStation 5 for some online gaming and also streamed some content on the TV. Later that evening, he drove to the stadium for a nice football match, and he connected seamlessly to the Wi-Fi using his password. Funny on this case that the SSID name was different from his apartment, but the same key worked. After the game, together with some friends, he went to a nice bar and managed to connect to the Wi-Fi using the same password. This was just great. After a few too many in the bar, naughty Dave, he decided not to drive home and stayed on a nice hotel nearby. This hotel belongs to his apartment landlord. And this time, Dave just walked in to the hotel and roamed to this Wi-Fi. Since the SSID name was the same from his apartment, the network was already known for his device. Seamless roaming. Good night, Dave. So after this nice story from my good buddy Dave, I would like to please ask again Burak if he has any additional comments to add regarding the network positioning for Vault, please.
Burada sadece hani bir hayali veya bir tabloyu açıklamak istiyorum. Eğer ki bir global bu çeşit bir global key sağlayıcı olursa, yani bir anahtar sağlayıcı olursa, sizin nerede olduğunuz veya hangi network'e bağlı olduğunuzdan ziyade servis sağlayıcı veya operatör tarafında herhangi bir şekilde ortak bir şey destekleniyorsa, gördüğünüz gibi bütün değişik SSID ve değişik konumların arasında rahat bir şekilde hiçbir bağlantı problemi yaşamadan roam etme şansını sağlıyor size Vault. Okay, Urbino, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Burak. Let's continue then. So now let me share with you the unique ones from Vault. I will present now the top 10 advantages that make Vault a unique product. So global subscriber key, it's simple, it's easy. Everybody knows about Wi-Fi keys to connect. This has been available since 2003. This is really adopted by the network users. They have been doing this for the last 20 years. On the security portion, so we add VLANs with encryption. What else do you need? Universal Wi-Fi roaming inside of his apartment, moving to the municipality Wi-Fi and going to the shopping mall. The user can roam on these networks. Frictionless roaming will happen naturally after connecting the device the first time. As example, being in Istanbul and you are traveling to visit GSG in Izmir, the device connects immediately to the closest well-known Wi-Fi as soon as it is reachable and roaming happens. Mobile offload. Let's help your customers with these feelings like, there's no coverage, it's too slow. Wi-Fi delivers a much better user experience than cellular networks. For user location and awareness, we don't require static MAC addresses. We can assist jumping the layers, moving to application, and still identifying the location for the user. No captive portals. Nobody likes them, but you need some type of authentication. Let's use a unique Vault Wi-Fi key for authentication. It works the same. You know who the user is, and you still can apply the same type of policies and network allowances. IoT devices, all of them support connecting to the Wi-Fi using keys. Not as easy when you have captive portals or certificate-based authentication. On the location hardware, Vault is agnostic, and it's not dependent on any hardware. We remove any limitation from the manufacturer on the total amount of keys it can distribute per single venue. The Vault API allows the customer to keep using the same user software, the same daily dashboard, with the addition of a new feature called Vault. Vault is compliant with all global user privacy laws, including the most common one, GDPR. So, let's get ready for today's challenges with some use cases. On this slide, I will present the technology challenge on MDU, or so-called multi-dwelling units, and how Vault delivers a full solution for these type of venues. And once again, before I start, I would like to please invite Burak back to provide a brief introduction into MDU. Over to you, Burak.
Yeniden merhaba. Çok bölüyorum ama ben MDU'yu daha sonra öğrenmiştim terim olarak. Yani bizdeki tam karşılığı belki bir kısmımız biliyordur ama yine de açıklama anlamında MDU ile kastedilen yurt veya üniversite yurdu gibi konaklama kastediliyor. Sadece bunu bir araya bir not olarak eklemek istedim. Okay, Ubino, thank you.
Thank you. Let's continue that. So, let's think about the traditional triple play providers or ISPs. So they will reach your house and drop a low-cost router, a complete new best effort Wi-Fi network with unsecure passwords, poor apartment or village coverage, one SSID that actually identifies the actual apartment to your neighbors. The resident or tenant will win plenty of Wi-Fi interference. Is this a good thing? No, it's a nightmare. There is no quality on this service, and for a landlord or property owner becomes expensive and residents are not happy. The route for happy customers is to converge these MDU locations from this traditional deployment to, as example, ruckus enterprise-grade Wi-Fi with full property coverage and one unique SSID and one vault key that identifies who the family is on the network. So all of the personal devices and IoT devices of this family will be isolated on their own family area network with any bandwidth enforcement that is needed. The family is always connected to their personal area network that is available anywhere on this MDU property. This can be inside the apartment, at the swimming pool, at the playgrounds, or available anywhere in this condominium or building. In order to decrease support calls and enable self-service Wi-Fi enrollment, the Vault end-user management interface is available online. Interested? Let's have a look. This is only a simple screenshot for the user management portal. As you can see on the slide, you have all the features you need for a user to self-service his Wi-Fi access and manage his account. Looking at it, you will see the Wi-Fi name that is available, the current passcode or key that can be changed by the user, with the expiration date of your subscription. When it expires, you need to renew your contract, of course. A QR code to simplify onboarding of devices. So every time you change your passcode, it updates the QR code. And I will challenge you now if you want, just if you have, for example, an iPhone, you just point your camera and it will ask you to log in if you will allow connectivity to the Vault Wi-Fi network. You can test this actually now. So to continue, the number of locations that the key was used, the number of devices that are using a particular key. So when we keep track of them based on the MAC address, the preferred location for this user. So preferred location means where you have your personal area network and where it is available. All other locations outside of your normal environment or the environment that you have agreed, you will be on roaming. So different policies will apply, but you'll still have access to the Wi-Fi and access to the internet. So there is a lot more into this portal. We will not cover it all today. We will be announcing a new webinar together with our partner GSG for a technical introduction into the Vault API and many other systems of Vault. So another use case for you, let's speak briefly about MAC randomization and how Vault can actually be a solution on these scenarios. So if you think about, since the beginning of days, MAC addresses have been used to start the session and to authenticate a user device on the network. So today, they are not a reliable method for these traditional networks to authenticate and track the user device. There has been a lot of noise in the industry with MAC randomization that is implemented by all smartphone manufacturers these days. iOS 14 just started this. All of them has this feature enabled. The smartphone, what it does, it will advertise a new virtual MAC each time it connects to a new SSID, never the real MAC address of that device. Looking at the user perspective, these changes are really important for personal security and privacy enforcement. We have to adapt to this change and the way that we handle devices and welcome them to the network. Unique vault keys become a method to identify and also track an individual anywhere he connects devices to the network, regardless of the MAC address. The key becomes actually the identifier. So the challenge going on with 5G is that there is just not enough bandwidth on the licensed spectrum to handle the 1 Gbps specification per device that is required for 5G connectivity. Mobile devices will have to offload all of this 5G traffic into the Wi-Fi, on this case for the unlicensed spectrum. As we know, Wi-Fi connectivity comes first for any smartphone. So if you are in 5G, roaming happens immediately when you reach a Wi-Fi network that is known for that device. So using a vault key makes it easy. The key is unique and it's secure, and it will identify the subscriber. Just connect the device only once to the SSID, and roaming and offloading will happen naturally. So going through this 5G issue and roaming, this use case that I'm presenting now is a real scenario. Still, unfortunately, today I cannot share the customer name, but I can share the experience we are having with them. So this is a typical multi-service operator, an MSO. So a company that provides TV channels, internet, phone systems, so triple play provider. So they have a large countrywide footprint of public hotspots available for their customers to connect outside of their houses for their residential customers. So these hotspots are nothing more than the normal coffee shops, hotels, shopping malls, stadiums, so multiple venues. The good thing is they already broadcast the same SSID. However, and you can see the numbers for these. However, they are not used because of the complexity of the captive portal. So users have to enter their own customer account login details every time they visit one of these hotspots, and again and again. So they just don't use it and do not connect to them. They just use their own mobile data. So our project with them will convert all open networks to secure and encrypted Wi-Fi. So each customer will have one unique vault key. So this key is only used one time per new device that the customer connects to the hotspot, and never again. Customers will become happy customers again. They will use these hotspots. All of their data traffic will be offloaded seamlessly while they are roaming without even knowing. So we collected some Q&A from our great partners, and we will cover them now. Please feel free to put more questions on the chat, and we will do our best to answer them. What exactly are Vault keys? So as mentioned earlier, so Vault is a cloud database, a large repository or container of Wi-Fi keys. We can do different types of keys. We can do WPA2 personal and or WPA2 enterprise. Yes, next on our roadmap, we are adding, and it will be available, WPA3, both personal and also enterprise. Also available for specific projects is the possibility to integrate Vault with authentication services like Active Directory from Microsoft and also Azure, Google, Facebook, and other similar directories. Which hardware vendors is Vault currently integrated with? Currently, we are fully integrated with Ruckus external DPSK system and also with Cisco. We are moving to integrate with others and also moving ahead with a very special integration with OpenWRT. So on this part of the integrations, we are very flexible and ready to develop any news that are required by the business. But at this moment, I can share with you, with Ruckus external DPSK system, we are fully ready. Can Vault be used as the roaming alternative or replacement or equivalent for Hotspot 2.0 and Passpoint? Definitely yes. Alternative or another option. Since our keys are WPA2, they are compatible already with any type of end-user device, including IoT. So a note that IoT does not support any Hotspot 2.0 technology. And also, all and any wireless manufacturer already supports WPA2. So all of your current Wi-Fi networks already have WPA2 available. So no hardware upgrades are needed. While for Hotspot 2.0 ready networks, it becomes very expensive to upgrade. And is it really worth it? So the deployment for a roaming solution like Vault, we just need to provide the end user with their new key. Single manual processor for each new SSID that only happens once, but always the same Wi-Fi password, so there are no changes. Once the wireless network becomes known to the smart device, roaming will just happen naturally, and we can implement this offloading. So Hotspot 2 becomes very challenging also to import certificates. It's certificate-based. So even if this work is done by the operator, it is always a multi-process task due to different device types, different operating system, multi-software releases. So very troublesome to manage by the operator. So about information online on Vault. So we have some information available on the landing page of loveyournetwork.com Or you can also visit the brand new website section from GSG at gsgteknoloji.com. But the best way will be for you to send an email to GSG. Please feel free to send to me directly. But we will be launching end of this year or very early the next, a brand new website with all information and together with a partner portal. This partner portal, of course, like any other partner portal, will allow you to create your own account and having access to our promotions, marketing information, registering deals, and seeing when your keys will expire. The last question I have is, what is the business case and value for customers when selling Vault? Besides the unique selling points that we spoke about, the true value add for our partners selling Vault are the competitive advantages of removing any limitations from the hardware manufacturer. One example, the Ruckus internal DPSK system allows 500 keys. With Vault, using Vault with external DPSK system, there is no limit. So you can deploy any keys you need for single or multi-venue. Having one countrywide in Turkey, countrywide single SSID, deliver end customers with seamless Wi-Fi connectivity throughout your country. Do it once. Your customers just need to do one-time login process on these Wi-Fi networks and never again. Complete solution for MAC randomization. Also, and to add that a Vault key, it is not just for authentication. It can define network attributes like the personal area network that the device will use, how much bandwidth it can consume at a given moment, how long is the key valid for, the geolocation for that user, a redirection to a landing page. So you put your key, you decrypt the Wi-Fi, you are connected. The moment you start your session after putting your key, you can be redirected to a welcome page, advertising services for that venue where you are connected to. And this process doesn't need to be manual. First time you do, you will put your key, done. The moment you reach a new venue, you can have a nice web page to welcome you with advertisement if needed. So all of this is handled centralized, and it is, again, valid globally. So I really appreciate you joining the webinar. So you have my contact details. Please reach out anytime at your own convenience. Just use my email address. So it's urbino.lobo@loveyournetwork.com, or you can always give me a quick call to +351 9193 79550. You can always also use WhatsApp. It's available so for the same purpose. So I thank you again. I hope to see you soon on the next webinar series. Now I will hand over again for Burak for the final moment. So over to you, Burak. And again, thank you so much.
Yeniden merhaba. Thank you Urbino for the presentation. Ben çok kısa bir özet geçeceğim. Vaktinizi de almayayım. Zaten yeterince uzadı. Yani Vault'u nerelerde kullanabilirizle ilgili çok kısa sadece bir canlandırma yapmak istiyorum. Bir servis sağlayıcı, bir mobil operatör, bir üniversite, yurt veya otel konaklaması, zincir mağaza ya da kafe, havaalanı, IoT projeleri aynı şekilde güvenli bir ağ bağlantı sağladığı için açık bir ağdan ziyade buralarda bir avantaj ve esneklik sağlıyor. Urbino'nun da bahsettiği gibi şu anda Ruckus ve Cisco ile fully entegre ama diğer markalarla da aynı şekilde çalışılıyor. Çok yakın zamanda başka markalarla da yine entegrasyon sağlanacaktır. Ben dediğim gibi katılımınız için yeniden çok teşekkür ediyorum. Urbino, can we go to the next slide please? Bugün bugünkü katılımcılara Blueport Vault'a bir partnerlik başvurusunda bulunduklarında 5 tane key'i ücretsiz olarak veriyoruz. Kendi ortamınızda bunu test edebilirsiniz. Teknik desteğini yine Blueport Vault sağlıyor. API entegrasyonu için kendi yazılımlarınıza entegre veya mevcut yazılımlara entegrasyon için de çalışabilirsiniz. Bir ürün Rukus tarafında herhangi bir ürün ihtiyacı olursa entegrasyon için onu da biz sağlayacağız. 1 sene geçerli olan key'leri size sağlıyoruz. Urbino, again please. Çok teşekkürler. Herhangi anlaşılmayan bir noktada lütfen benim de mail adresim aşağıda veya bizim satış@gsgteknoloji.com adresine her zaman mail gönderebilirsiniz. Biz de yardımcı olmaktan memnuniyet duyacağız. Evet, herkese çok çok teşekkürler. Zaman ayırdınız desteğiniz için, bugüne kadarki destekleriniz için de ayrıca çok teşekkür ediyorum. İyi ve sağlıklı günler dilerim. Çok çok teşekkürler. Okay, Urbino. Thank you again.
Thank you.